What I'm going to show you how to do is Texas rig with a screw lock weight. In this case, we're using I think it's a 92B, the Big Ika. Greatest flip bait that ever came along. Boy, this thing is tearing them up on the Colorado River. But I want to show you a specific rigging style designed to put an end to fish that don't get stuck when flipping in the weeds. I'll tell you the reasons why. What we got here is a 4/0 straight shank, wide gap on a worm hook rather than an offset style. And I'll show you why we've chosen this one. Rather than coming in here about a normal amount of space, we're going to come well down into the Ika before we bring the hook point out. We're going to slide this bait all the way up on that hook, just like so. Now what we've done is allowed ourselves plenty of room to Texas rig the bait, and we're going to do that just like this. We're going to bring that hook point all the way out of the bait and back in 2 or 3 times to prepare a channel in the plastic so that we don't have any trouble whatsoever in getting that hook point out when it's time to set the hook. Now what we've done by moving the hook this far down into the bait is we've left ourselves about 3/4 of an inch of plastic. There's a reason for that. When you look at the screw lock weight, it has this little nozzle that sticks down in here with a spring on it that holds it in the nose of the bait. I'm going to pull it down our line, enter the bait exactly where the hook did, and then, just like it says, we're going to screw it into the nose of the bait. Now what we've got here is an awesome flipping setup, but we've allowed ourselves one other advantage that we'll talk about right now, and that is there is a freeboard or a space between the weight and the eye of the hook. And what we've allowed ourselves here is somewhere between about 1/4 and 1/2 inch. Now what does that do for us? So many times when you're flipping, the fish will bite the bait. It's a reaction bite, and they will bite that weight. Have you ever been flipping for fish, fought a big one, a 4 or 5 pounder to the surface, only to have the fish open its mouth and the bait falls out? And when you get your bait back, there's teeth marks on the weight. Why? You never got a hook set, because when the hook touches the bottom of the weight and the fish bites the weight, you can't move the hook, and the hook has to move in order to set. So what we've got ourselves set up with here is a flipping setup such that the fish can bite the weight and the hook can still move about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. Plenty of room to move that hook out of the bait and start the hook set. If you'll rig up this way, the way Gary Yamamoto suggests, I think you'll catch a lot more flip fish and be disappointed very few times.